I've said to people before that I'm going to do my very best to make it. I'm not going to give up, and that's true. And we need these other people to continue the marathon of hope, even if I don't make it. It's got to go without me. I'll do my best, but it's got to keep going without me if I can't make it. It was a dream that, for some reason, it popped into my head. I wanted to run across Canada. Right then it did. And right then it popped in, and it never left me. And it was a goal that I was going to prove to myself that I was no different than before, and I wanted to prove to other people what can be done. But I want to tell you something that's very important, because that goal changed when I went through my 1.5 years of chemotherapy, because it changed to raise money for the Canadian Cancer Society.
There is nothing as powerful as a story.
I began training. The first day I went out to run, I managed a 1/4 mile. My back was sore, I was dead tired, my leg, I didn't figure I'd ever run half a mile, let alone run across Canada. But I never gave up right from the beginning, and over a 14-month period, I built up from a 1/4 mile to between 15 and 25 miles a day.
An opportunity to share, to speak, to be heard. To take someone to a place they have never visited with your words and sometimes your actions. You see, Terry told us a story of hope and determination, a story of belief and pain. With each day, each marathon, he told Canada a story that it will never forget, one that will be, should be, retold again and again and again. But the reason I want to tell Terry's story isn't because of the words he spoke, and those words, those words, they were earnest and sincere, spoken in a way that only a 21-year-old who doesn't believe in never can say them. They were powerful and true.
Whatever you do, you got to do the best you can possibly do, and I'm gonna give it everything I possibly can. And I feel by running, I can really set an example for these people.
But these words he spoke are not the reason I want to tell Terry's story, for these words have been spoken before and since. I want to tell Terry's story because of his actions, because of the story he didn't tell. Crying in the back of the van, his stump rubbed raw and releasing blood to mix with the ground on which he ran, carrying a golf ball in one lung, a lemon in the other, always ready to run. But Terry never wanted the run to be about him. It was about those in need. His story was about helping others.
And I'm crying now because there's somebody here right now who is going through the same thing that I went through. Exact same thing, and he's only 10 years old.
Our story is about what he went through to tell it. We will be Terry's storytellers. 12 new faces speaking Terry's words, but the 12 will be one, a team, and a team it must be. For Terry had Doug and Daryl, Bill and Isidore, he had Betty and Rolly. Terry's team made it possible for him to run. His vision, their help, our message.
I hope that what I've done has been an inspiration, and I hope I will see it now, that people will take off and continue where I left off here.
I represent the inspired. I have the miles under me, the races behind me, the determination within me. I hope to be one more face of Terry's message. And to this team, I add a teacher, hope, athlete, spirit, fiance, belief. But this story is not about me alone. Our interwoven narratives, which reach from sea to sea to sea, will carry his story on its threads. No one can run for us, but we can run for each other and for those in need. In schools, in malls, on the street, and in houses, we will tell Terry's story and spread his message of hope for a cure. So that my grandfather can rest knowing that I helped to save someone else's grandfather. So that my uncle can rest knowing that I helped to save someone else's uncle. So that I will not lose another family member to cancer. Once more, Terry's story will be on the road, for we each carry him within us. I want to help tell it again.
Even though I'm not running anymore, we still got to try and find a cure for cancer, and I think other people should get ahead and try and do their thing now.
Terry Fox, symbol for all of us. Symbol that will stand out in the minds of Canadians, not just during this famous run, but forever.